I think the vision was to have a stable Iraq, and it was believed that democracy would make Iraq stable. That was the vision, and the vision was of a strong Iraq that would not be intimidated by its neighbors. So America, I think, genuinely and honestly really wanted Iraq to be a strong democratic country. You know, I stopped working in Iraq in 2010, and that's quite a long time ago now. I think the things we didn't see then was the extent of corruption, that this system that we had established turned Iraq into a kleptocracy, a government of thieves. So when you have so much of the economy dependent on oil, it's very easy for a country to suffer from the oil curse, the resource curse. And I think that's what's happened to Iraq. I think the other thing that we didn't think about was the environment. Now, I say this because we were so focused on security, and so we weren't paying attention to the rising corruption, and we certainly weren't paying attention to the environment. I was back in Iraq a few months ago, and it really struck me. You listen to all the politics, you listen to everyone talking politics, but when you look at the temperatures in Iraq, look across large parts of Iraq, not only in Basra, but it's over 50 degrees hot in summer. The river Tigris is getting lower and lower and lower, and by 2040 won't even go down to Basra. So it's not just climate change that is having this big impact on Iraq, it's poor management of the natural resources, poor water management. And in terms of diplomacy, Iraq needs to have agreements with Turkey about the dams and Iran to stop the diverting of Iraq's water. And I think this issue is really important because Iraq is going to become increasingly uninhabitable because it's turning more and more to desert and the country is getting hotter and hotter. And this should be the priority of politicians, of government, of civil society, of the Iraqi people. We've seen in recent days what's happened in Morocco, what's happened in Libya. You can see how climate change is causing disasters. And in places where buildings are not built to proper standards, when water is not conserved and not managed properly, it's going to be really affecting different countries. And Iraq, according to the UN, is one of the most affected by climate change.